Hey everyone, how's it going? P99 server here. I'm a 34 wizard. I want to show you where I quad kited from 30 to 33. I'm sure you can start this at 29. I just didn't know about this place at 29. This is in Worthless Woods at the Brute Cave. If you look on the wiki, it is A on the map. I'm just going to kind of show you how I did it. Essentially, this is where I bind at. This is a safe spot. There's nothing passed through here. I was able to AFK here for over 2 hours before, and I walked away and whatever, and I came back still alive. So that's good. Few things to watch out for. When you're quadding here, there is a giant that passed through here. I think it's a forest giant or whatever. But he's pretty easy to avoid. Um, One more thing to note: if you're quadding and the brutes happen to be in the water when your damage spell goes off, see there he is vanished. It will not do damage if they're in the water. One other thing to watch for: there's a little goblin who randomly walks down the hill and into the water. It varies from time to time. Sometimes it's a warrior, but there's this little caster, and he can snare and root you, so be careful for that. See there, there's a giant right there. But as again, he's really easy to avoid. Just when you're quadding, just watch out for him. But I'll show you how I did it. A few things to note: I do have the stab temperate flux. I don't. This would be pretty hard without it. Um, so if you don't have it, I highly recommend getting it. It's really good to have. It's a game changer. I don't have super twink gear. Just not. I mean, it's not that great of gear. I do have 200 ant. I'm a Uridite, so I naturally have high intelligence. So it's pretty easy to get over 200. So I'll kind of show you how I did it. First thing I do is I cast Invis, and I'll show you why in a second. After I do, I scroll all the way in, so I go into first person view, and again I'll show you why I did that for, or why I do that for. Just head up here in the cave, and there are 3 static spawns in the back, and there is 1 roamer who roams the hallways. One thing to watch out for is these little pillar things right here. On your way back out of the cave, if you run into him and you have auto duck on, he will auto duck, and sometimes you can get hit. About getting hit, I usually always get hit on this, and you'll see why. But there's the roamer right there. Just run past him. And if you run all the way to the back of the cave, there are 3 static brutes here. So what I do is I target this one, and this is another reason why I'm zoomed all the way in. If I'm zoomed out and I'm in Viz, I target myself and I can't easily target the brutes. So I target the first one, and then I kind of turn so I have them available to click and target. And I'm going to click him, and I'm probably going to get hit because I always get hit. But again, it's not that big of a deal. Start running out of the cave. Again, I'm watching the pillars, not to run into them because it makes you duck. And there's that guy. I'm gonna run past him and pull him, and he stunned me. But as I said, I mean, they don't really hit that hard. What I like about the brutes is that my the damage spell, I don't know if they don't have a lot of hit points or what, but like it does a lot of damage to them. So here they all come. Then I circle back around this way. I like to try to start the kite, the quad kite, like back as far as I can. And there's the giant. As I said, you just got to be careful and don't aggro him. And I run up around here. Got to watch out for that giant as I come back down. There he is right there. And here they all come. They should be bunched up by now. So they are. So I'm going to pull them back as far as I can to this hill. Just kind of run up around so I don't get hit by all of them. And watch out for the giant. He's snare him. And of course the giant is walking with me. But as I said, he's pretty easy. to avoid. So I'm going to kind of take it down here by the water. I don't want to mess with that giant right now. And that's pretty much it. Just nuke them all down. One thing you don't want to do is run too far away so they're out of range when you're trying to cast, because if you do that too many times, your snare runs off, and the wizard snare is very short. So I always try to stay in range and don't get too far ahead of them. And as you can see, this nuke, I mean, it hits them. It does a lot of damage, so they die really fast. So one more, and even at 34, I'm still getting experience. So you probably could do this from 29 up to 34. From 33 to 34, I do have another video. I did nulls, but I mean, in this place it would still work. It would just be a little slower. But anyways, that's pretty much how I did. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, just watch out for the giant. Watch out for the little goblin that runs down that can snare and root you. Now instead of running all the way back and sitting and medding, I'm just going to gate back to my safe spot, sit down, and continue. That's pretty much it. Alright guys, thanks for watching.